You were born a Russian noble, and it was everything you ever knew. You weren't just born a child. You were born a name, baptized in the family church. Beneath the marble floors lie your ancestors, generals, senators, chamberlains. Your name is in the family register before you even know how to hold a spoon. Your nursery has a French governess. You say, merci, before, thank you. You are taught that you are the support of the throne. On the wall, a portrait of the Tsar. In the living room, your grandfather's saber, bloodied in Sevastopol. You are not just a person. You are a class. 1895, childhood. An estate in Tula province. Linden alleys, stables, kennels. Peasants tip their hats when you ride by. You nod awkwardly, don't understand why. Father says, remember, they are ours. You believe the world is orderly. There is God. There is the Tsar. There is you. 1904, Cadet Corps. In uniform, standing straight, serving, the Russo-Japanese War. Bad news from the Far East. Officers whisper, but out loud they say, everything is under control. You hear the word, reforms, for the first time. Father frowns. 1905, the first crack. St. Petersburg. Shots fired. Workers march toward the Winter Palace with icons. Then, blood on the snow. You watch from the window as people run down Nevsky. Someone shouts, down with autocracy. Father slams the table. It will be crushed. It is. But you feel for the first time, the people are not background. They are alive. 1910, the Empire's Golden Autumn. Balls, officers' uniforms, white gloves. You dance with a princess to Chopin. You believe it will last forever. In restaurants, people speak of theater, poetry, flying machines. Russia feels vast, beautiful, eternal. You fall in love. You marry. A son is born at the estate. The Empire smiles. 1914, war. Mobilization. Crowds at train stations. Flowers and rifles. You leave for the front with excitement. A real war for a real officer. 1 year later, the thrill is gone. Mud, lice, artillery. Your soldiers, once peasants, die for a Tsar they've never seen. You write home, holding on. You no longer believe in easy victory. 1917, February. You are wounded, in a hospital. Rumors swirl. Then, the abdication. The emperor is no more. You hold a newspaper. You can't understand how 3 centuries of rule could vanish. Officers are silent. Someone removes their cockade. You don't. October. Shots from the Aurora. Red armbands. New men with rifles and strange certainty. They tell you, power is now with the people. You return to the estate. On the gates, the peasants' committee. The manager avoids your gaze. Peasants no longer tip their hats. 1918, the end. At night, they come. No bows. No, master. In the name of the revolution. You are not shot. Not yet. They simply throw you out. You stand on the road with your wife, your child, 1 suitcase. The estate burns. Flames reflect in the windows where you learn to read. You do not cry. Nobles do not cry. Civil war. You join the whites. Not because you believe in victory, but because you cannot do otherwise. Old officers, old toasts, old songs, but fewer soldiers, fewer bullets, less hope. By 1920, it's over. You leave Russia on a ship to Constantinople. The country fades behind you, like a dream. Exile. Paris. You are a former prince, former captain, former landowner. Now you drive a taxi. Your hands that once held a saber now grip a steering wheel. Passengers don't know who you are. Sometimes in cafes, others like you gather. Cheap wine. Whispered dreams. One day, years pass. Your son speaks French better than Russian. He does not want to return. 1930s, realization. There is no return. The empire is not in exile. It is dead. Family crests are just drawings. Titles are just sounds. You live in memories. The ball. The uniform. The Linden Alley. Old age. A small room on the edge of Paris. A tiny icon from the estate on the wall. You take a worn photograph. You, a young officer. Father beside you. Behind, a house that no longer exists. You whisper, sovereign. But the sovereign is gone. The end. You are buried in the Russian cemetery at St. Genevieve de Bois. The stone reads, Captain of the Imperial Army. The empire is gone. The army is gone. The estate is gone. Only the name remains. And the memory, dying with the last who remember. You did not die in battle. You were not shot. You lived a long life. But your world died in 1917.